war. We have also said that human consciousness, please go into this with me, we may disagree, you may say it's all nonsense, but please listen to it and see if it is not rational, objective, sane. All our human consciousness is similar. Right? We all, wherever, on whatever part of the earth we live, we all go through great deal of suffering, great deal of pain, great anxiety, uncertainty, fear, and we have occasionally, or perhaps often, pleasure. This is the common ground on which all human beings stand. Right? This is an irrefutable fact. We may try to dodge it, we may try to say it is not, I'm an individual and so on and so on. But when you look at it objectively, non-personally, as a British, French and so on, you will, in examination, you will find that our consciousness is like the consciousness of all human beings psychologically. You may be tall, you may be fair, you may have long hair, I may be black, white, pink, or whatever it is. But inwardly, psychologically, we are all having a terrible time. We all have a great sense of desperate loneliness. You may have children, husband, all the rest of it, but when you are alone, you feel this feeling that you have no relationship with anything, totally isolated. I'm sure most of us have had that feeling. And we are saying this is the common ground on which all humanity stands. And whatever happens in the field of this consciousness, right, we are responsible. That is, if I am violent, I am adding violence to that consciousness, which is common to all of us. If I am not violent, I am not adding to it. I am bringing a totally new factor to that consciousness, right? So I am profoundly responsible either to contribute to that violence, to that confusion, to that terrible division, or as I recognize deeply in my heart, in my blood, in my depth of my being, that I am the rest of the world, I am mankind, I am the world. The world is not separate from me. Then I become totally responsible, obviously, which is rational, objective, sane. The other is insanity. To call oneself a Hindu, a Buddhist, a Christian, and all the rest of it. They are just labels. So, when one has that feeling, that reality, the truth of it, that every human being living on this earth is responsible not only for himself, but responsible for everything that is happening. Now, how will one translate that in daily life? Right? How will you translate it? If you have that feeling, not intellectual conclusion, as an ideal and so on, then it has no reality. But if the truth is that you are standing on the ground which is common to all mankind, and you feel totally responsible, then what is your action towards society, towards the world in which you are actually living? The world, as it is now, is full of violence, right? And only a very, very, very few people escape from it, because they're carefully guarded, protected, and all the rest of it. One realizes, suppose I realize I'm totally responsible. What's my action then? Shall I join a group of terrorists? Obviously not. Obviously, competitiveness between nations is destroying the world. The most powerful, the less powerful, and the less powerful trying to become more powerful, which is competition. Not only nationally, which is destroying the world, shall I, realizing that I am the rest of mankind and I am totally responsible, shall I be competitive? Please answer these questions. When I feel responsible for this, naturally I cease to be competitive. And also, the world, religious world, as well as the economic world, social world, is based on a hierarchical principle. Right? And shall I also have this concept of hierarchical outlook? Right? Obviously not. Because that again is the one who says, I know, the other says, I do not know. The one who says, I know, is now taking a superior position economically, socially, religiously, and has a status. And if you want that status, go after it. But you are contributing to the confusion of the world. So there are actual objective